A former Tampa police officer will spend the rest of his life behind bars after he was handed down a lengthy prison sentence today. It comes after Paul Mumford was convicted earlier this year on 100 counts of possessing child pornography. Fox 13's Kylie Jones is joining us now in the newsroom with those details. Kylie?
Brianna, Paul Mumford was working as a reserve officer with the Tampa Police Department when more than 100 images of child porn were found on his devices. Today, his attorney pushed the judge to consider the harshness of the sentence, but prosecutors said this was all no accident. The tables turned for a former Tampa police officer as he was convicted of the types of crimes that he would once investigate. Earlier this year, Paul Mumford was found guilty of 100 counts of possession of child pornography. On Friday, he sat handcuffed in a Hillsborough County courtroom waiting to be sentenced.
There were at least 162 identified exploited children that were located in the images on his device.
It began with a tip in 2021 that led investigators to search Mumford's devices. Prosecutors said they found more than 100 images of child porn and numerous stories that Mumford appeared to have written about what prosecutors called his desires and interest in the child porn that was found on his devices.
It is one criminal act of pointing and clicking and downloading a series of files.
Mumford was a TPD officer from 1986 to 2015 when he retired as a sergeant. Shortly after, he rejoined the department as a reserve officer. The department confirmed that Mumford worked in the sex crimes unit from 2008 to 2009. On Friday, his attorney argued the sentencing guidelines are disproportionate and incredibly harsh for the conduct that he's convicted of.
These files were, whomever deleted them, were deleted in a 26-second period within the first 6 hours of the charging information.
But the state pointed to data that was shown during the trial that there were multiple access dates and modified dates recorded on the device.
There was no evidence that this was one-time click. There was no evidence that Mr. Mumford simply got onto Google, searched for, quote, child pornography, and then all of a sudden all of these images magically appeared on his devices.
Just before the judge sentenced Mumford to 111 years in prison, he shared some remarks of his own.
This was not just an accidental click on Google where these child pornography pictures showed up. One does not find child pornography accidentally.
And during his sentencing, Mumford showed no emotion and afterwards sat looking down at the ground. Brianna.
All right, Kylie Jones reporting for us from the newsroom. Thank you, Kylie.